Ladies and gentlemen,
I went to
welcome.
jail.
You went to
Sorry to
jail.
break it. Yeah.
Do explain how you went. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome to the podcast where Ian went to jail, episode 7.
Oh my gosh.
Ian, we did
I'm
it.
gonna
We
be
made it to
locked up
episode
forever.
7.
Yeah, no, we couldn't make it any farther. I'm making this video in jail. I've got my whole computer set up now in my cell.
Yeah.
It's scary in here. I'm very scared.
I'm really more concerned about how we didn't make it past episode 7 than the fact
I've
that you're in
never
jail.
clung on to my Irish Spring more than I have now.
Look at this. Look at us in the video form, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's a camera right there. What's up, dude?
We got some funky intros. We're going to be on YouTube. Welcome to YouTube, everyone. Those on Spotify, welcome as well. You're just slightly less cool. We still love you.
Right. Oh, they're not going to get this.
It's true. Even I don't get it because I can't see you.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah.
You'll see it in the editing.
What I think I'm going to
Okay.
do is I think I'm going to put all episodes 1 through 6 on YouTube, just with like a logo of our podcast as the video.
Right.
So if somebody just wants to do the YouTube, they can watch the first 6 just so they're there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, on YouTube, beautiful video podcast. Wait, you want to try something funky? I don't know whether you'll be on the left of me or right. You want to try high five?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna high five to my left. You're gonna high five to your right, and this will either look really cool or really dumb.
Okay.
Ready? All right. 3, 2, 1. That probably looked sick. That probably looked awesome.
It was sweet. Hold on. You ready? One more time? One more time?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do fist bump this time. You ready?
All right. Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Up. Snail. Got you.
This is the worst day of my life.
Oh,
Man.
video is the best.
This is gonna be a time, ladies. Thank
I
you
love
for
this.
joining us.
Okay. Just kidding.
Ian,
I didn't go to jail.
What's
I'm
new in the
kidding.
life of the newly out of jail man?
So I'm no longer in jail. It was a short stay just because I didn't go today because they moved my court date back. Excuse me.
Nice.
Ugh. They moved it back to February 9th. So that gives
Oh.
me a little bit more time to fix my tail light, which busted. Kind of sucks a lot.
The court date, by the way, is a real thing.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've got my ticket on my desk right here.
Fun.
Listen,
Look at
that's a ticket that's got a tear in it.
that. How much
also
was
a
the
tier.
ticket for a broken taillight?
It doesn't say right
Huh.
here. It doesn't really give you like a price,
Fun.
I don't think.
Fun.
But he's got all my info. He could dox me if he wanted.
There you go. Have you, is that your first ticket? Have you ever gotten pulled over before?
I have been pulled over before.
Before?
Yeah. Speeding.
Fair.
But it's BS. It was BS. I'm going to tell you why.
Dude, same.
So,
You go first, I'll
last-
go second.
it was my junior year of high school. It was like the last day that we were in school. I was coming back. I was driving my sister's Kia because I think my truck was in the shop for something. But, what was it? There's this like big hill, and I was always taught to like never brake on a hill just because you're wasting gas mileage. So, also she's got a smaller car that's lower to the ground than my truck is. I don't have like
Yeah.
a jacked up truck by any means. I've got a small PP, but like my truck doesn't reflect that.
Yeah, fair.
Anyways, I'm in my sister's Kia Soul, little black Kia Soul, and I'm just like coasting down the hill, 35 mile an hour zone. The cop's sitting at the bottom of the hill and clocks me at 48, and he pulls me over and gives me a ticket for it. I'm like, yes or no, sir, whatever. It was like a $148 ticket. Ridiculous.
Jeez.
I know. He's like, you shouldn't be speeding around here, kid. And I was like, I wasn't. You literally caught me at the bottom of the hill. I didn't say that. You just be respectful. Yes, sir, no, sir, bye. But I explained to my mom when I got home. And it's like, you're the best day of your life. It's the end of the school year. And it got tarnished by a ticket.
Oh.
So that sucked. What about you? Tell me how BS yours is.
So I got lucky because I didn't get a ticket. I got a warning, but the fact that he even pulled me over was just cheese. So I'm driving on a road. I think it's like a little bit hilly, but it's irrelevant. We're just on a road, and there is a right-hand turn coming up. It's like a right angle, so it's relatively sharp, but you can't see what's around the curve because it's trees everywhere.
Right.
And there's a biker like 10 yards in front of me. There's not a lot of room, like between the white line and the edge. So I was driving my two next door neighbors, and I was like, I'm gonna pass this biker before the right hand turn, so I'm not like in the other lane when I'm turning and can't see.
Yeah.
And it was like a 35-mile-an-hour zone, and I think officer caught me going 46 at the peak. Ooh. It was like 11 over, and because I passed the biker and then went around the turn, and he pulled me over, and I explained, and he was like, all right, just like don't do it again. I was like, 11 over, first off, isn't even that bad.
Oh yeah.
And second off, like I'm trying to be safer by going around him now, so I don't go around and I don't want to wait behind the biker. He wasn't cruising by any means.
Well, so. Yeah, but still, bikers, you got to be careful around bikers, man.
It's true.
Not just because, I mean, they're not really dangerous people. It's just more like you don't want to hurt them because a lot can happen on a bike. I used to ride motorcycles for a short stint of time. I got my motorcycle endorsement when I was in like, I think my senior year. I drove once on the highway, never again. Scariest thing of my life. Oh my gosh, bro. So my dad was in a midlife crisis and he bought a motorcycle, and he bought my mom one too so they could go riding together. Well, my mom didn't really like riding the motorcycle all that much on like main roads. It was mostly like back roads, so me and my dad would go out and ride. So I'd take my mom's motorcycle. It was nice, teal and white. It was a pretty Harley, but it was meant for my mom. But I just said it was mine.
Fair.
I was like, Mom, I ride it more than you. It's mine. It's pretty. It's pretty and teal.
I would love to drive a motorcycle.
It's fun. It's really fun on back roads, but highway, you feel like you're floating.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
You're just hovering. It was terrifying. I only rode for like maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles on the highway. Never again. Never again. I always rode back roads from then on.
Fair. You get to enjoy it more that way too.
Oh yeah, for sure. It just feels nice. It feels so nice. But then I've also seen a motorcycle crash before. Me and my buddy Tanner were going camping out on his grandpa's property out in like northern Mississippi. And this motorcyclist pulled out in front of us from a gas station, and he goes to cut onto the highway, and he slides. His back wheel slips out from under him, and we just see sparks. Horrifying. So we pull over and we run back to him like, hey bro, are you okay? Are you doing okay? Fine? You need us to call an ambulance? And he's like, nah, I'm good. Starts it up again and just drives off.
That's awesome.
It was, that was the most badass thing I think I've ever seen.
I've gotten in a bike crash before, but it was a bicycle crash, and it was the only thing I crashed into was the ground. It was scary too, because it was that like late middle school, early high school years where you were like, nah, I'm not gonna wear a helmet. I'm too cool to wear a helmet. So I hadn't been wearing a helmet for a long time, and because I was just driving around my neighborhood, and I had just gotten a new bike 3 days earlier, and with the bike came a new helmet, and the helmet was cool enough. I was like, okay, I'll wear this helmet. And so I was wearing my helmet during the crash. It was a Specialized bike. It's the brand. It was black, red, and white, and it was all matte colored. So I think I still have it actually, but it's too small. But it wasn't glossy at all. It was all matte, so I liked it a lot.
I like that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it's like either like a totally black helmet, like super basic, but like the dome, nothing like fins or anything on it, just like nice.
It was pretty simple, but I'm going down a hill in my neighborhood that's pretty steep, and my like 13-year-old brain was like, how else can I hold this bike other than the handlebars? So I would attempt to like ride the bike with other methods of steering. One being the actual center pole, and I would just turn the pole.
Like you'd put
Just
both of
steer.
your hands on it?
Yeah, like right under the handlebars. I would grab the ends of the handlebars, and then where I grab like the middle of it with like one hand. And then as I'm on this way down this hill, I was like, I wonder if I could grab the brake cords that are right like around the handlebars. Well, that's a great idea, except for the fact that it's not. And the brake cords aren't connected enough. They're not like taut enough to actually have any impact when you move them. So I hit a small rock and my wheel turned a little bit, and I couldn't recorrect because I was holding the brake cords and they were too loose. They just moved. And so then my tire hit the curb, and I don't know what happened after that. I just like fell and slid.
So I started recreating that on video. I'm just guessing at what you're looking like.
I tried to show it with my hands too. Yeah, I'm just grabbing the brake cords, and I was like, my head hurt afterwards, so I knew it was like, good thing I was wearing a helmet. I have like a scar behind my shoulder. But I remember like standing up, and a car was driving down the hill, and they were like, "Hey, are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm good. It's cool." And I just like my bike was a little broken, like something bent in the gears, so I couldn't drive it. So I just like walked it like the 100 meters home. Yeah.
New bike too.
Don't drive the bike with the brake wires.
Right.
Yeah, the bike was easily fixed.
Sense.
It was like one thing that broke though, so it was fine.
Oh yeah. I used to have a bike like a long time ago, but we got rid of them. I think when we moved one time, so I hadn't ridden a bike since like forever ago, and then I rented a bike at this place in North Dakota when I worked up there. It was like $50 for the whole summer. Free maintenance for stuff like basic stuff like tire, like you pump up your tires or something happens.
Yeah.
And so what happened was I was riding, they had a lot of bike trails out in North Dakota, and they've got like all the plateaus and valleys and stuff, so they had some like crazy bike paths. And there was this one I'd always go on. It's like a couple miles, and on my way back I'd always be super tired, and there's this giant downhill section that like cuts real quick at the bottom.
Ooh.
And one time I got like really tired. I hit a bump right before, and I was just like, dude, I'm gonna die. So I just let go of the bike, and it flies off. Just gone into the grass.
Yikes.
I had to take a little hike down to go get it. The back tire busted
Like popped?
because it like came off the whole rim.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it was bad. And the gears kind of goofed up, but I managed to get the gears back together.
Nice.
And so I brought it over there, and it looked like it was ripped from the sides. Like it was like really worn down. So I brought it to the shop, and I was like, hey, I was riding thing down the mountain. I don't even know if it could have been the tire like that busted that caused me to fall off. Or it could have been me being a dumbass, but like, who knows?
Probably both.
Maybe a little bit of both, but also the tire scared the crap out of me. Because I was like,
Fair.
oh my gosh, I'm going to have to pay so much money to get this fixed. And I go to her and I show the lady, I'm like, hey, what happens here? This is kind of weird. And she said, oh, that's normal wear and tear. Like, your tire busted, and here, I'll replace it. So that's probably my only bike wreck. My sister, when we lived in Biloxi the first time, that's where I'm at. I'm like on the coast of Mississippi, by the way. Whoever knows that, I'm around them parts.
Yeah.
But whenever we lived there the first time, she was riding her scooter around, and she like bit the concrete, and she's got some of her tooth, one of her front teeth, like is chipped off, and you can see it's replaced. So that was pretty neat.
I actually have a very similar story to my tooth.
Yeah.
When I was like 6 or 8 years old, this is probably the biggest day of my life in terms of what the day entailed. Because it
Okay.
was not only the day that I got my first and only stitches, it was also the day that I learned how to ride a bike.
Ooh.
And both are completely unrelated incidents.
Wait.
Or I learned how to ride a bike without training wheels, I mean.
Okay.
Because I forget which one came first. It was probably the bike. But I remember like learning how to ride a bike without training wheels that day. And then I was on my swing set on a swing, and every 6-year-old knows that you're not cool unless you can jump off a swing.
Oh.
So I then proceeded to do that. I was alone. I was just kind of practicing for like showtime, which would never come. But I was like, okay, I'm going to try jumping off a swing. And a note to anybody jumping off a swing: let go before you're at the top. Because as you're swinging, once you reach the top, your swing is now stopped. As it begins to come back down, there's a point where it's completely stopped. If you let go then, you don't move.
This is true.
You then come back down without holding anything and get flung out the back, which happened to me. So I go like 5 feet in the air backwards, and my swing set is made of all these little pea rocks. They're like rocks like the size of peas.
Oh.
And it's surrounded by railroad ties, which is like 2x4s.
Oh, yeah.
And so I fly backwards, like stomach toward the ground, and my chin gets hit by the 2x4. It like basically just takes a chunk off, and my 2 front teeth dig into the wood. And for like years after, you could see the 2 front tooth marks, and it knocked one of the teeth out, and then I got a dozen stitches right on my chin. Which I realized like a month ago. I'm kind of sad about it now because I have the beard. You can't see it. It's right here.
Wow.
It's sad. It's right under my lip.
That's crazy, bro. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever heard that.
I don't think I've ever told you this. I forget it often.
So,
But same day I learned how to ride my bike. The only
Oh.
thing I remember is coming home and then drinking yogurt from a straw really late at night. So that's all I could
Big
eat
day.
because I just had
That's a
like
big
stitches
day.
in my face. Yeah,
that's a
it's
big
huge
day, bro. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. The railroad ties. Those are like,
Yeah.
I think those are actually like 6x8s or something like
They're
that.
they're
soaked
thick.
in-
They're really not 2x4s.
They're
Yeah.
soaked in creosote oil for like dependability. Yeah, we actually use those on flipping houses. We
Oh, really?
use them we use them to outline the driveways. We'll put gravel down and we'll put railroad ties on the sides. It just cleans it up like really nice. Now,
It does look super clean.
let me tell you this. You have
Yeah.
given me 3 great prompts, sir. 3
I have.
great prompts. So, one, for anybody who doesn't know, I flip houses with my parents. That is like my main income. 2,
Mhm.
talk about teeth. You, sir, are about to get your wisdom teeth removed, and I
Soonish.
have gotten mine removed already.
This is very true.
3, the first fight I ever got in was in 3rd grade, and it was about flipping off of a swing set.
Really?
For real, yeah. I never told you this before. That is complete coincidence.
We were planning on. We have like topics we like plan to do, and
Yeah.
a fight was one of them. That's really funny.
You have
Do
put
we-
me in a predicament.
I'll let you choose the topic to end the
Where are we
episode
going?
on.
Where are we going?
How far are we at? We're at like almost
Sir.
20 minutes.
Yeah, we're about like 20 in. Dude,
Yeah.
this is... What in the what?
Let us go.
You're awesome.
Here,
You're fantastic.
you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go wisdom teeth, and we're gonna talk about our fights, and then
Okay.
we'll end the episode off.
Okay, we're
Because
cutting
wisdom
this all
teeth
out.
isn't too long.
Yep.
I have a dentist appointment Friday, so
Yep.
yesterday or 2 days ago, depending on what day of the weekend you're watching. It's just like a typical dentist appointment, but I have one wisdom tooth completely grown in. It's just
Oh.
like hanging out.
He's there. He's peeking.
It didn't hurt. It just kind of just came in, and now it's there, and it's having a
Okay.
good time. None of the other 3 are like even. I can't feel them at all. Like there's no like bump. They're not coming out.
Okay.
I don't know where they are, but I'm imagining over the summer I'll probably end up getting them out. But
Oh.
only if I need to, because I'll be honest, I really don't want to.
Yeah, don't. If you don't need to, then don't.
Exactly, yeah.
So, what happened with me was I had this lovely little cavity. Now, I've only had 2 cavities in my whole life. And one of them was in my back molar, my back right molar. And I couldn't chew on that side of my mouth for like the longest time. And then it started getting like super pain for some reason. Like it was super tender, like a steak, you know, just like real tender, real juicy. It's gross. It hurt. And so I went to my dentist. I was like, "Yo, what's wrong?" It was super cold sensitive, super hot sensitive. She's like, "I think your wisdom teeth are coming in because look at the X-ray here and do." And I said, "Okay, take them out. I don't want them in my head anymore." She said, "Okay, I can't do that. You got to go to the special guy over there." So I went to the special guy. Special guy's assistant lady put a needle in me and said, "Count backwards from 100." And I said 99, 98, and then I was back in the car. I don't remember anything after that.
Dude, I've always wondered that. Why did they make you start at 100? Like, has anybody gotten to like 50?
That's what I want to know. I guess
Why
it's
not
a
just
test to
start
see
at
if
50?
to see if it works, I guess. But
Yeah.
I was really confused because I like remember sitting in the car with my mom and I was like, "How did I get here?" She's like, "You got up from the chair and you walked over here." I was like, "Did I say anything stupid? Did you get it recorded?" That's what I was like, "Did you record me? Tell me you got it on video." And she said, "You didn't say anything stupid." And I was like, "Oh, dang, that sucks." It's like, "Put me back in. Get me to say some weird stuff.
Put them
Try
back
again.
in. Put the teeth back in. And give me a redo.
One more time." But yeah, I don't remember a thing. I don't remember how I got in the car. And then I just sat and waited for skin to grow in my mouth. Yeah, and that was it.
You mentioned the cold sensitivity.
Yeah.
I have like super cold sensitivity right in my front teeth, my top ones. And so I don't even know I do it anymore, but I drink sideways.
Huh.
Meaning whenever I drink out of anything, I've learned how to make it look normal. But like I have a water bottle here, I'll even show for those video watchers. Is I used to drink like this.
Glug glug.
Like completely sideways, because I would have to like, I couldn't put water straight through. I would like route it around.
Right.
Because my front teeth hurt too much. And I've just been doing it ever since. I make it look normal now, but it does.
Sure.
I like, totally am a sideways drinker.
Sure.
Yep.
Like a gerbil.
I have one of those little things with a ball in it.
Just like next to
It'd be so inconvenient if that's actually how drinking worked.
Ugh.
Oh man.
But yeah, it's typically with teeth that have been damaged, you get sensitivity. So what actually happened to that tooth? Little gross warning here. What happened was I had a crown, not a crown, excuse me. I had a filling in that tooth back there, and they didn't clean it out well enough. Like they got all of the cavity out, but
Oh no.
the cap got like some bacteria under it, and my tooth had the actual veins inside my tooth were really close to where they dug out, and so bacteria got under the cap and basically took out my whole root, like all of it. And it all died. My tooth was dead in my head for a while.
Jeez.
And so that pain I was feeling wasn't my wisdom teeth, it was actually my tooth rotting.
Oh,
and when we
my
took
God.
an x-ray not too long ago at like my last dentist appointment, you could see my jawbone. Like there was a big gray area in my jaw, like where my jawbone was. And my dentist was like, "Oh hey, that's dead." And I was like, "What?" It's like, "Are you gonna have to take off my jaw?"
Yikes.
She said, "No, you're fine. Go to the specialist." And the specialist was like, "Whoa, that's dead. We're taking that out." I was like, "No, don't take out my tooth." And he said, "No, we're just going to take out the gunk." I was like, "Okay." And so he goes in, he does a root canal, and he gives me like a temporary cap. I keep it on for way too long. Oh, there goes my pen. Oh, there's a lovely little spike. Gives me a little cap. Take it on. I keep it on for way too long because I haven't had the time to go and get it like redone. And then finally got it done. This was all last year though. It was all last year, but it was like a while.
Yeah.
But now, lives happy. You can't even tell. Like you look at the tooth in my mouth, it looks like a normal tooth.
There you go.
But yeah, pretty neat. So, don't get root canals because one, they cost a lot. Two, it's weird because they keep you awake when they do the root canal. Did you know that?
I didn't. I don't know much about root canals at all.
They numb your mouth, so they do like a bunch of shots around your gums, and then they go in, they take out all of the veins and stuff, and then they put in some rubber. And then they take a cast of your tooth. They send it to a specialist. Specialist makes a little pretty tooth for you. But in my case, they had to put some medicine inside my tooth. But yeah, a little dentist tip for you there.
There you go.
Brush your teeth, kids.
That's
you.
true.
Yeah, you. I know you didn't brush your teeth today. That's gross. Brush them now. Go now.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Jerome.
I don't know if we have a listener named Jeremy.
Yeah, Lisa. Go. Go. Go, Andrea. Go.
What is the name of the person that you fought? I'm very curious.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't remember the fight very well?
Well, I remember the fight. I don't remember the kid, but I remember he was a big bully.
Tell me about this story, because mine's probably very different from your fight story.
So, what happened was this kid like been bullying just about everybody on the playground, right? And so, all the kids are on the swing set, and we're doing flips off the swings, and I go to do a flip, and I land like flat on my face.
Nice.
And he starts laughing, so I kick him. I kick him in the shin. I was like, bang! And then he gets up off the swing, he comes to me, and he just decks me in the face. I get a bloody nose. And so
Yikes.
I go run off because I'm a little wuss, and I go to the teacher. We both get sent to the nurse, and we're sitting there, and we eventually like make up somehow. He was just like, bruh, really sucks being the new kid. It's like, I feel like I don't fit in. I was like, bro, you're bullying everybody. Stop bullying everybody. We don't hate you. We don't like you because you bully us. And he's like, you know, that makes sense. And we made up. Sense. And then that's also the first time I went to ISS, in school suspension, which was like at the high school, like at a different campus.
Oh, jeez.
I was terrified. And I came back and everybody looked at me like I was a thug. And my friends were like, oh my gosh, what was ISS like? What is it like on the inside? And I was like, bruh.
That's really funny.
It was scary. But
that's way more wholesome than my story.
Okay, tell me.
So my story is, I think it was like 3rd grade. I'm on the monkey bars, just doing monkey bars. Yeah. And I forget like if we were friends at the time or just kind of knew each other. But this chick named Rachel was like talking to me, and she attempts to pull down my pants. Oh. And these were not just any pants, okay? These were cargo shorts. Okay.
You don't mess with men's cargo shorts.
They had like 82 pockets, okay? Which meant she had plenty to grab on. But
oh yeah.
Yeah, but we had a belt. Okay, you ain't getting my pants down when I got a belt on, Rachel. And so she attempts to pull my pants down, and does not work. So I dropped from the monkey bars, and similarly to an Ian Sherman, I kicked her in the shin.
Yeah.
And so I kick her in the shin, and then the fight begins, and it's actually kind of a prolonged fight. Because we were too young to like be throwing punches, and I didn't want to like actually do anything crazy. I would just kick her in the shin. And she, being a girl, had long nails, and she was scratching. And it got to the point where, like, recess was, like, over. And so we were, like, going into line to, like, go inside. but we were still like scrapping. And so people around in the line started chanting like fight, fight, fight. Like it was like seriously like out of a movie. And then we both got taken to the principal's office. And I remember sitting in there, she was crying because she didn't want to get in trouble. I was like super cool, you know?
Right.
No, I just like it wasn't a big deal. And I remember, I forget who it was, whether the principal or somebody, some guidance counselor, talking to both of us, getting the story. Yep. And we both denied that we hit the other person. The difference was I had scratch marks on my arms and she had no marks on her legs.
Yeah.
And so we pretty much both got sent away, but she got like a little talking to, and I was like, all right.
Oh, man.
If you're going to get in a fight, don't leave marks, or at least leave bruises that like aren't going to show up for a while.
Beat her with a phone book. Equal rights, equal fights, my guy.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying. But it was, I mean, I technically, it was a draw, but I kind of won in the end. You know?
We'll say you won. Yeah, no.
Exactly.
In my fight, we both won in the end, right?
There you go. It was a win-win, as where mine was kind of a loss-loss.
So yours was in second grade, right?
At second or third, I don't remember. Yeah.
Somewhere. Mine was like third, I think. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
That's crazy. Speaking of nails, I had this one girl in my elementary school who used to play the game as like Scratch or something like that. And what you'd do was you'd like hold hands like you're gonna arm wrestle, and it was about digging your nails into the other person's skin until like one person tapped out. This girl like cut her nails into sharp points to play this game, and I just remember going against her, and she would like. She'd make you bleed, like literal scratches. And
jeez.
I just remember I was like, yeah, this is fine. This is okay.
This is normal.
Trying to act like a badass little kid. Like, it's gross. Thinking about it, it's gross.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with her. I don't know what was wrong with me. Bruh, we were kids. Who cares?
Dude, third graders are dumb.
Bruh, people are dumb. People are dumb.
That's, ladies and gentlemen, if you take anything from the podcast today, people are dumb.
You know what, Trent? We're just going to cut it to, we're not going to even say, we're just dumb.
Just dumb.
Dumb.
There you go. That's the lesson. What time are we at? 31? 32? I can't even read. 33? I'm like blind on my glasses.
Bro.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching our first video podcast. Hopefully of many. We've made it to episode 7.
Yeah.
Right? Once we release 8, we are victorious.
It's a celebration.
Yeah.
We made it.
Mm-hmm.
We celebrate every episode.
It's always a good time, you know?
I don't think we've kept up with that, honestly.
No. There's been no celebrations.
We'll celebrate for...
Yeah, we'll celebrate for like 10 or something.
No, I'm going to celebrate now.
Celebrate right now. I like your celebration.
You hear my squeaking?
No.
Nope.
I didn't. It was just silence. Chair. It was just silence for me. I don't know what happened.
My chair, like,
I just slowly clapped.
Thank you for your applause.
Oh, man. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching.
Thank you for listening. You can find Trent on Trent Briggs 3 on Instagram. I am v.nature.child on Instagram. Hit us up.
I think we'll be making a Trent and Ean Talking podcast Instagram.
Eventually.
Soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So
maybe it's up by now.
Maybe it is. Who knows? If you want to chat with us, leave a comment. I can say that now because we're on YouTube. Come on.
Give us a comment. Give us
a comment.
Like and subscribe.
Yup. Add us to your favorites. Tell your grandma. All right.
Oh, she'd love it.
Make your grandma leave a comment. That would be a really funny segment. Seeing everyone's grandma's comments.
Hi, Granny.
Because they just be nonsense.
I love you. Shout out to my grandma, guys.
Shout out to my grandma. Yeah.
Okay. I think we'll call it there. Everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Peace.
Boom. Peace.